Joining me now is the one and only Vijay Amritraj. Appreciate Vijay joining us on the show. Congratulations to the Padma Bhushan. What did it feel when you heard you'd got a Padma Bhushan? What, 42 years after you got a Padma Shri? You're now Padma Bhushan, Vijay Amritraj. Congrats.
Yes, I tell you, when I first got the news and immediately told my wife at dinner time, we both were in tears, to be honest, because it is kind of the last quarter of my life, which is what it looks like. And I feel so blessed and honored to receive this from the government of India. And being Indian and constantly traveling the world and constantly wearing the flag on my sleeve and the anthem was sung whenever I played, it just made me feel even more right about being Indian.
You know what you did, Vijay, is incredible. That in a country which probably doesn't look beyond cricket superstars, you were the original global superstar in sports. The ABC of tennis, 1970s, Amritraj Borg Connors. Is this in a way a recognition not just of what you've achieved, Vijay, on the tennis court, but being an ambassador of the soft power of Indian sport through tennis?
I think so, Rajiv. To be honest, I just feel that this is a celebration of my life's journey. And for me, it has always been how Indians traveled from this part of the world in the late 60s, early 70s to different parts of the world to now be a diaspora of some 35 million Indians worldwide who truly carry the Indian flag in their heart. And I do believe that playing at that time in the 70s and 80s, every Indian, wherever it was, came out to watch me play. I knew I had to just deliver 70% of my tennis. They would take me the other 30% of the way. So it just makes me feel good because I really do believe that the government of India giving this award to me at this time in my career, it really is a celebration of everyone's life who moved to play somewhere else.
In that long career, is there a moment that stands out which you think embodies what Vijay Amritraj meant to Indian tennis?
Frankly, there were only two reasons besides my health, of course, which is why I got into tennis. But the two reasons for me to play the sport, and fortunately at a very, very high level, was the fact that I would able to represent India if I was good enough, and I managed to do that for 20 years. And the fact that when I played Davis Cup, it was not me, it was India, it was Indian playing Davis Cup. And two was Wimbledon. And those were the two events that where I always never played as myself, I played as an Indian. And I think that's the feeling that I kind of live with my whole life. The rest of it was a professional tour. Yes, I made a good living from it. Yes, I visited places I never thought I would go to. I've met people I never thought I would meet. But truly speaking, it was Davis Cup for India and Wimbledon for India.
And the boy from Chennai who went on to two Wimbledon quarterfinals in the Open era, two Davis Cup finals. Any regrets? Anything at the end of a wonderful career that you felt on and off the court that you regret today?
Good question. I think if I had to do it all over again, I would do it exactly the same way. My parents played such an incredible role in making me what I am. The good in me came from them, the bad in me I picked up along the way. I do believe that I've been blessed with a very, very lovely partner in life, my wife of 43 years, Shamala, my two sons who have been a delight. And more than anything else, I think people say, "Oh, are you upset that you never won Wimbledon?" And I said that's truly looking at the cup half empty. I look at the cup half full, and I hope I have served India well and represented the country well overseas.
But you know, Vijay, you certainly did the country proud. But it's ironical that in recent times we struggled in tennis, both Davis Cup and in the individual sport. What is it? Why has tennis not achieved, let's say, what badminton has managed to achieve, where we've got so many badminton players at the very top?
Very good question. I think the biggest problem on a regular basis with sport in India and individual sports in particular is the fact that you have to honestly give your life to it at a very young age. And is that a risk worth taking? Is it a good startup business to actually invest money in? And I think that's where we falter a little bit because the conservative nature of our culture and the attitude that we have. Let's go to education, get a degree, get a job, get married, you're very secure. I think that's the play. That's the playbook. But I think lot has changed. Today, nobody's going to have asked Dhoni or Tendulkar, what do you do for a living? I used to all when I was playing, they used to say, yes, you play tennis. What do you do for a living? And so I think that kind of a risk factor is hard to accept in India, but now it's starting to change.
But what I always liked about you, Vijay, is that you were someone who never envied the cricketers and the riches they got, partly because you yourself were making a damn good living playing the ATP tour. But it almost seems as if Amritraj just loved any sportsman, any sport. It wasn't tennis versus cricket, which I think was refreshing.
It certainly wasn't. It certainly wasn't tennis versus cricket. It is honestly putting India on the map, on the sporting map worldwide. Tennis is the second most global sport in the world after FIFA, soccer. And so I feel like wherever I played in the world, in the smallest of towns, in the biggest of cities, it was just my dream to see that flag flying and anthem being sung. Even last 2 years ago, when I was inducted in the Hall of Fame, I specifically requested that the anthem needs to be played. I specifically requested for our flag to be flown, and that's the only time they did it.
I'm speaking to you, Vijay, when you're in Chennai at the moment. You also spend a lot of time in Los Angeles. Where are you more comfortable, I wonder? Where does Vijay Amritraj feel comfortable? Still the Chennai boy who made it good? Or the big tennis star who, dare I say, once dated some of the most famous Hollywood models and actors?
you Fortunately or unfortunately, you followed my career very carefully.
I
So
did.
I think
Farah
you know
Fawcett
everything and then some about me, Rajiv. But no, thank you.
and
No, for me,
Odyssey and Star
it
Trek.
has never left. I will always be Indian. I will always be from the city of Chennai. I will always be something that is inherent in me. All these years that I've lived overseas, I proudly still carry my Indian passport. It doesn't matter where I live, what I do, wherever I go. I'm first and foremost, I will always be Indian.
I'm showing the pictures from the James Bond films that you did, Vijay, which again became iconic. But is there a message that you have to this younger generation who may aspire to play tennis or make a mark for themselves in Indian sport? What would your message, Vijay, be for them?
My message to them, for honestly, for any sport, would be you have to work very hard at a sport to excel for the simple reason that it will help you on a life's journey. There is nothing that comes second to sport at the highest level. I think what it teaches me, it taught me so much about myself. It has been my greatest education. And I do believe that, especially in an individual sport, I do believe that once they do that, it'll be a passion in their lives forever. And truly, as we look back and we look forward as rather, and we look at the 2036 where we're going after the Olympic Games, I think there's a great opportunity here to put all your eggs in this basket, go after sports, and make sure that we can put India truly on the map by the time we get the Olympics.
In a way, as we leave you, Indian sport probably in a better place in 2025 than when you started off in the late 1960s.
Oh, no question about it. Absolutely. India is in a great spot right now. And look at the world where we are. Truly speaking, this is the place to be. This is the growth. The domestic economy is flying. And I do believe that people are running around in this country having their holidays. Starting to get expensive. So I'm just saying that, yes, sport, it's time for us to grab a hold of sport. If we can do it in other industries, whether it's textiles, in software, in so many other startups, the largest number of startups from India, why can't we do it also in sport to match what they've done? If there are 28 Indian CEOs, the top 100 Fortune companies, we should be up there in the top 100 as well.
My son, who was a tennis player, told me, Vijay, tell Mr. Amritraj that he hasn't seen a better commentator of a tennis game than him. That when you were commentating a Federer versus Nadal final, you just took the sport to another level. He enjoyed listening to you, as did many of us. You enjoy the commentary still?
Thank you. Yes, it's the love for the game that comes out, I think. And I honestly believe that the family of four are getting ready to watch. Two may like the sport, two might not. What I want to do, I want to keep the two people who love the sport in it, and I want the two people who do not love the sport to come watch it. So I do believe that it'll be very much a part of their lives if they hear me speak on television for the sport.